The new machines are more than just a challenge, okay? Hunters do well to know their limits. It would be unwise.
Come, Aloy. A little business arrangement?
What can I do for you, Bergrand?
Mourn my poor departed luck. I finally met some Banuk keen to trade with Outlanders. Then, they up and vanished. 3 Banuk hunters rolled in a few days ago. No provisions, junk equipment, no idea how to strip a machine for parts. Asked me to outfit them for a long trip. You know me, Aloy. I'm sentimental. So, I did it on credit.
And they haven't paid.
Well, they tried. Just look what they did to this Thunderjaw heart. But that was ages ago. And I'm starting to worry about them.
What do you mean they couldn't harvest parts?
Not uncommon with Banuk. That's shaman's work, you see. The hunters take down the machines. The shamans slice them up. No shaman with these 3. Just 2 youngsters sniping at each other. And that big fella standing there smiling.
So if the Banuk don't usually hunt without a shaman, what's the story with these 3?
They weren't telling. But hammer to steel. It's not a happy story, whatever it is.
I'm not a debt collector, Bergrand. If I look for them, it'll be to make sure they're all right.
Of course, of course. Fires of the Forge forgive me. I actually like these idiots. The molten steel of youth and all that. But if you do manage to find them, you could remind them of the deal we made. A scorcher claw, a loop of sinew from a stalker, and a snap maw fang. If they bring me those parts, their debt's paid. And then some. Just make sure they don't bust them up too badly.
I'll consider it.
Last I saw them, they were heading northeast. Good machine hunting up that way. If you decide they're worth the trouble, you might look for them there.
I know what I'm good at. I know my place.
Easier when I was a kid.
When the old ones were fresh in their graves and our numbers were still small, it was she who led us through the frozen wastes. We also remember the ravenous tribe who delighted in sucking the marrow from our broken bones. Everywhere Banukai and her Werak fled, the ravenous tribe were never far behind. Seeking a way to defeat them, Banukai went into the wastes and let the wind whip her cheeks. And when the cold brought sleep, she saw it behind the wood.
This old root underestimates the Banuk. We will not bow to badness.
Some like to pretend the cut belongs to the Banuk.
What does the Outlander want? I'm looking for Skuli.
You found her. Come, come. Let's get it over with.
Quite a view you've got up here.
It's a useful perspective. How fleeting we are when the world is so wide. From up here, you can see how the light paints across the land. Ever changing. That's a lesson. All our marks will pass.
That outlook sounds a little depressing for a painter.
Haven't met many artists, have you? Song's Edge needs new stories. I scrubbed its past off this rock to start anew, but a new start needs new colors. Fresh pigments, like none have seen.
Araya said you could help me get the Werak's attention.
Araya works in strange ways, but I've drunk paint to survive in a blizzard, so I'm one to talk. I'll get you noticed, if you bring me the pigments I need to complete my work.
These pigments you want. Where should I look for them?
Salts gather at the edges of geysers and hot pools. Crystals cling to the rocks and...
Have you always been a...
I've always painted. But I wasn't a paint... Up there, the markings are eternal. As a child, I learned from copying them. All of us Banuk might as well be trapped in glacier ice.
I'll see what I can find.
Seek out the vibrant ones. A spring of sudden color among... But I'd reward you as well.
I wonder what story Seculia's chosen to make.
Tasty. The pulse gives them energy, repairs them. Okay then, let's see if this thing can work for me. That'll help. Good find. Something tells me those are Bergren's missing hunters. I don't suppose you three know an Osram and Song's edge called Bergren, do you?
Boys, that con artist sent an errand girl to collect what's owed to him.
I'm nobody's errand girl. Bergren asked me to help harvest parts. Or would you rather keep trying to sell me broken junk?
Broken junk?
This pack will be on the move soon. No time to argue. If she's offering to help, we should accept it.
Fine. We're about to take down these machines. If you're so eager to help, then lead the way.
Shield won't hold up against those pulses. quick way down.
Needs a wear rack when you're this good.
All right, Outlander. You want to talk about our deal with Bergrind?
That's done. You three are...
Thanks, I guess. Not that we...
That's not the way Bergrin tells it. He says he tried to settle up with...
What? That's an exaggeration.
Urkai, we don't have time for this. Come on, boys, back to the hunt.
What's the rush?
We want out of these lands as soon as possible. That's all.
Why are you leaving?
Well, we could go back to Banuk. Let undercut.
By the blue light, Urkai. Why don't you just... We... had a dispute with the chieftain of our old...
It seemed like a good time to move on. So,
From here to the Sundom.
seems worth it. Sometimes survival is about knowing when to leave.
Yeah, and in this case, survival means us getting as far away as we can from Banuk.
What's the plan once you get there? What will survival be about?
Look, all that matters is that we get there. And
I've got the Scorcher Claw Bergrin was asking for. That only leaves the...
You should hold on to it. You're coming along to the next hunt, after all.
I suppose somebody's gotta keep you three...
fine. I guess you'll have to tag along. The bloody snowdrifts aren't...
Bloody snowdrift?
Yeah, it's...
It's not like your names are any better. You. We're headed northwest.
Coming at once. Not just the Banuk who have precious jewels. It was that pulse from the tower. We have to kill off its pulses. I think I'm in the clear.
Some skill.
You're Aloy, right? My pop... Bergund, I mean, told me you might be heading up to see me. Hey, that spear is really something. You've customized her, haven't you?
I've made a change or two.
I wish these Banuk agreed with you. I can't seem to sell scrap to a Glentalk around here. Everyone wants boring old bows and spear. I like the more unusual stuff. And the Banuk can get unusual. Like that spear Aratak hauls around. Ooh, or that weapon of Araya's. What I wouldn't give to poke around inside one of those. Or inside of anything, really. Last commission I...
So, let's say someone you know happened to have a...
You don't.
See for yourself.
Of course. Look at the... I won't lie. She's beautiful. What we need is a Stormbird Talon. Lightning flows over them like water off a... And I know where one is. Hunt it with me. I'll turn that weapon into your...
You're sure you can fix up...
You bet.
So you want to hunt a Stormbird?
That's right. But one roosts back near Freeheap. How about a break from all this white? What, people expect you to hike for miles, hunt huge machines alone, and just...
Mostly.
Not...
You're still breathing.
Good.
I kind of missed all this red dust. Well, there's our Stormbird. When you're ready, I'll follow up and boom.
Forager said she could improve the storm slinger with this. Got that part you need.
Perfect. Already got machine oil on my...
Here it is.
Let's do it. I haven't had this much... Watch and learn, Aloy. Okay, so I pretty much had to break her in half. One thing I like about sticks, you can put them back together however...
Which you did.
She's better than dangerous. She's a genuine...
If I find anything, I think you...
You better.